Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Emos for
Breakfast.
breakfast. Wonderful. Joining us today, we have memories, loving them, in loving memories, many of them, love them. Yes. Jen, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So, right off the gate, we'd love to ask you, as a emo channel, what is your relationship to the word emo?
Gosh, so to me, emo, like growing up, we loved like Jimmy World and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And like that's like was emo back in the day. And there wasn't like all these subcategories like screamo and stuff back then. So like especially like when we would do shows and you'd kind of like write what your band was. Like sometimes we would say that we were emo, sometimes we would say we were hardcore,
hmm
and which is funny that that kind of turned into screamo. But then
Yeah.
I do remember like going off to college and all we ever knew was like all these little screamo bands and stuff. And I worked at Spencer Gifts and then like seeing all the emo clothes and I'm like, that's not real emo, like copy pasta,
Mm,
but
Yeah.
and just seeing how it's like changed and stuff like that and going it used to just be like kind of like the chill indie, more indie kind of stuff. And now it's
mm,
its
Yeah.
own thing and it's kind of cool to see it.
Yeah. That
yeah,
is cool.
I
for
don't know if that's
sure.
even
Oh.
my
Your
husband.
guests.
Hello.
Greetings.
Uh,
Awesome. It's awesome to hear you talk about like the shift from DIY to a sort of more like mainstream.
Main.
But and with that also comes, exposure to new things and stuff, and that's also very nice.
Sure.
So we have a little tradition on our channel where we ask silly questions in between the more like serious ones. One of the first ones we like to ask, pancakes or waffles? I have to know which one would you prefer eating?
Waffles all day, every day. I love the crunch.
Yes, yes. We've had a
And
few, well,
I love
actually,
a hotel waffle too. Like,
Oh,
oh, dude, the hotel waffles are so good.
consider this.
They're
Consider
so
this.
good. Tap in if you're not tapped
You
in.
must happen.
Tap in. We had a few, well, actually, no, we had one person on our channel who said pancakes for the first time. And his whole argument was like waffles aren't even real because like it's just pancakes, so you pick
oh my
pancakes
God.
anyways. And I'm like, I see your point, I guess.
It's
It
okay to
was
have a wrong
funny.
answer. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Suppose so, I suppose so. I guess we'll be polite. There's no naming names, even if we're literally gonna put out the video, but you know what you did.
You know who
Wait,
you
okay, I have to ask you though. So if you're at a hotel, do you like the big round quarter cut waffle or do you like it when they have like the little four mini circle waffles?
Ooh, you answer first.
I like the waffle, like the big
The
waffle.
big one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
cutting it and like actually just taking it apart and eating it. Like it's so fun. I love it.
I feel like I'm so plain. I just love like two standard waffles slapped on top of each other. The classic maple syrup. I'm very much like a sort of like I'll eat meat and rice plain. That's my whole dinner type of person. So
There's nothing
um
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate that a lot.
What do you
Uh
prefer? Do you prefer the big ones or the small ones?
You know what? You usually have the big ones and I love
Yeah.
those. So I feel like when I see the small, like little round ones, it's like a little treat. But I don't know which one I like better. I like them both. Yeah, I'm
mm,
Yeah,
between- I
no,
might.
yeah, I get that.
I'll eat a Eggo waffle too. Like, you know what? They're all good.
Yeah.
very
Uh, the
understandable.
little divots to keep the syrup in. So.
Dude, I love Eggo waffles. Don't play.
Smart.
So good. Oh my God.
Yes. We would love to know, so we're gonna throw you some throwbacks here if you don't mind. And I
Uh,
don't know if you can open the chat now and see this. We'd love to know what you can tell us about this picture that we have here.
Okay, so that had to be at the Botanical Center. Me and Brian, I really do look emo in that one, don't I?
yeah, a
My
little.
best
Yeah,
back
you do.
then. Some ex-boyfriends in the picture too. So let's bring you back.
Oh.
Ooh.
Loving memories. No, it's all good.
Yeah,
Love
yeah, yeah.
everybody in there, so we're good. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Botanical Center is I don't know how to go back. Gosh.
Bit of a legendary spot, isn't it?
It is. That was our spot. And it's just so crazy because so many big bands, like all the big screamo bands would come through. And that's a big shout out to the promoters from back in the day, that we looked up to so much. Scotty Rabati, big shout out to him. And it was just such a strange venue. It's just like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a picture of it. It's like a giant glass dome, like geodesic dome with plants inside. And then like we would be able to have these little screamo shows in the back in this little tiny room that was not as big as this room I'm in here. And just having, you know, Reverse La Man and Converge and Botch and everybody just come through and play this little tiny, it's a storage room now. And
Yeah.
it was such an amazing time in our lives. And I feel like, you know, 2 to 3 days a week, there'd be some show coming through and we would just go. And it was like where we grew up. And
Yeah.
especially for Des Moines, because like even now, my daughter's into music and you see all these bands that we love come through and they never stop in Des Moines anymore. They're always Chicago, Kansas City, Minneapolis,
Right.
which is fine, but we got really worked.
But like bring it back to Sioux Falls, bring it back to all the regional spots, you know?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we definitely read about like the fact that there was no stage at Botanical, so just all flat on the floor. And then I think I don't have it stored on my computer here, but I remember seeing a photo of you guys just splayed out on the floor with like guitars everywhere.
That's, I mean, it was always the classic. We still get down on the floor a lot now. And that's something for back then, like playing those floor shows, I love a floor show. A floor show or like a little 6-inch stage. That's my favorite. Because you're like in the crowd, you can really interact and you feel like you're part of it versus being up on a stage. And I'm like, I get it. It's easier to see, especially being a short person myself. But I just thought it's grittier and more fun when you're like a floor show, I think.
Yeah, when you're like in the crowd, you're in it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
We've gone to a few local shows like that, and it really is a different experience, like being like right in front of people. It's cool.
Yes.
So, in the past couple of years, we've seen like a huge surge of bands like reuniting unexpectedly. Like, I think one good example would probably be The Academy Is. They like returned after 18 years, you know, just randomly dropped an album. I think Orchid came back to tour and I think dropped demos after like 22 years or something like that. And we think that like In Loving Memory holds like the emo reunion record so far for coming back after 23 years. You beat Orchid by a year. When you think about the length of time, like what changed like for you working on music with your bandmates and like what kind of stayed the same, you know?
I don't know. So when we first were like, let's get back together, we're like, all right, let's just all like we message everybody like, would you even be interested in doing this stuff? And everybody was like, yeah, like let's try it out. We can do our one reunion show and be done with it and kind of like have fun and stuff. And we'd seen like Jerome's Dream and stuff come back and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we can maybe do that. And so like we got back to like our practice spot in Iowa. Everybody came to town and like we practiced and we're like, oh my God, like it feels like back in the day.
Yeah.
So then like we like had a whole year to kind of like practice and get ready for our reunion shows. So in that meantime, we're like, why don't we write some new music too? And so that just kind of came about organically. And, you know, when we recorded our one album that we ever had, we just kind of were flying by the seat of our pants, went up to Sioux Falls, recorded the whole thing in one take, all the instruments at the same time, everything. And we're like, that's it. So I would say like writing the music and stuff has been the same as back in the day, but the recording process is definitely different. Going into this, we like went to a studio in Des Moines, you know, and like did it the right way and, you know, got it mixed and stuff. So that's different. But other than that, like playing together and doing the shows and recording or like not really recording, but like writing the songs and stuff, it does feel like back in the day, especially now. Like we've been working on a new album, like a full-length album. And these songs, like we did our EP or whatever, but these songs that we're putting out really truly feel like In Loving Memory from back in the day. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear that.
Jeez. Wow,
I'm excited for that.
I'm super excited about that one.
For that.
That's super cool.
So how does it feel thinking about how old were you when you first started and then how old you are now? I know that's kind of like a weird question to ask, but like just like really like reflecting, like how does it feel just like after all these years, you're just like back in it?
We talk about this all the time. Like it is surreal. And like, even though we've played more shows now that we've been back together than we probably did back in the day, every single time it's like we look at each other like, this is so surreal. Like the cool thing about our band is like we were all friends that just hung out all the time anyways. Like we just hang
Yeah.
out every day. So, and then we were just in the band. So like we just go to the show and that's just what we were like doing for the day. And now getting back together, even though some of us hadn't seen each other in such a long time, like it just feels so natural. And you almost feel like, even though we're all like in our 40s, that you feel like you're 16 again. I
Mm.
Yeah,
mean,
like
back
old times
when we
past.
started, I think Jordan was like 14 or 15, and
Mm.
my daughter's 15 now. And I'm like looking at her and I'm like, that's how old we were when we were doing this. Cause
Oh, yeah.
seems like just yesterday, it seems like a million years away at the same time, but getting back into it and all getting together and like even in the van, or at the hotel after the show, like it just feels like we're 16 again and right back in it. And I'm
Oh,
like,
that's
oh God, keeps us young. So it's awesome. It's crazy. I never in my wildest dreams would ever think I'd be in my 40s, being able to do this again and just having this opportunity. Just so grateful. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
yeah.
Especially getting to like do it like and have my daughter come and think it's cool too. I'm like, oh gosh, it's incredible.
Oh, I'd love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
Mhm. When In Loving Memory first formed, we did some research and found out that one of the only other screamo bands in the region to have a front woman was a band from Sioux Falls called the Heresty. We
Yes.
wanted to know, did you feel like you were breaking new ground at the time because of that, or is that something that you weren't really thinking about?
It was like there weren't that many girls in like fronting the screamo bands. And so yeah, like we played with them and stuff, and it was almost like strange, like, oh, you don't see this every day. Now we both get to do this together.
Mm.
And so much has changed now that, we've played fests in like Providence where I think almost every single band had some femme fronted thing. And just seeing it grow from back in the day where it's just kind of the two of us to now where you see it all the time. I love it. I couldn't be more happy or proud of it. I do have to say, I still think it's easier for people to hate on the femme fronted hardcore screamo bands or whatever, like, and still talk some shit like it's a gimmick, but it's not. Like you can see how awesome all these bands are and sound amazing, and it's incredible. And I am happy that we got to play with Harris Day back in the day, and we did have Carissa, and get to like experience that same thing back then together too.
Yeah, wow, I didn't know that you guys also play together. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Super
We'd go up
cool.
to Sioux Falls and hang out in the 605 house and stuff. I mean, we weren't like close friends, but yes, very much that scene, like family
Yeah.
feel.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, to that point, are there any woman-led bands that you'd like to shout out, whether they're hardcore or not, or they're current or from back in the day?
Gosh, I mean, we played with so many amazing femme-fronted bands. I mean, Boulder's insane. Brie, I love her. We just played with Arranged in April, and
Oh my God. I love
so
Arrange in April. Oh my
yeah, they're
goodness.
so good. And like, I just want to like adopt all of them. They're so cute, and
Oh, I love
I
that.
mean, there's
Oh.
so many. I'm like having a blank, but
No, all good, all good. Yeah, but
and every single one we meet, they're just so nice. Like all the nobody has like a chip on their shoulder. I feel like all the bands we play with, like they're all so nice and so welcoming, and it's just so much fun
Yeah.
compared to like some other, back in the day bands would really kind of have a chip on their shoulder or like try to act like they're better than everybody. And we've just had such great experiences with every show, every scene we play in, where everybody just is there to have fun, and that's all I could ever ask for. It's really incredible.
hmm Man, that's super sweet. We're really happy to hear that. I mean, shout out to all of them. Shout out to
Arrange in April.
Arrange in April.
I didn't know you guys played with them. That's so cool.
We just did
Um,
two shows in Texas. We did Denton and Houston, and it was so fun. I
Oh, I
love
think our
love
friend went to the one in
Texas.
Denton.
Yeah.
We had a friend down there. They actually they put us on. They put us on to In Loving Memory. So shout out to Jester,
yeah,
our outreach.
Jester might have actually gone to
Oh,
one of your shows.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
just saying the
yeah,
one in Denton.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what it was. I think that's where he told us to. He was like, "Oh, you
Wait,
should
no,
contact them."
literally yes, because Jester was the one who asked.
Yeah, he was like, "You should interview them," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, we'll look into them."
shout out. Love that. Get the
Yeah.
Yeah.
word out.
So kind of a more silly question, I guess now, but like, what is the funniest memory that you have in the early days of In Loving Memory? Like, one of like that one time that, Spencer threw up on the drum
Oh my
set in
God.
that one show.
That truly was iconic. Yes, that was in Marshalltown. It was like a gymnasium or something, and just didn't feel good. And all of a sudden, he puked and then kept playing. And I just remember this puke just
Oh,
Oh,
bouncing off the drums. And then, like at the end of our set, there was a huge hog pile, and that was iconic. And
oh my gosh.
Brian and Joe used to both work at Dairy Queen in
Mhm.
where we lived, and so one time they just stole like the giant box of Nerds for the Nerds Blizzards. And
Oh
so,
my,
because I love Nerds, so they like gave me the giant box, and we would take that to all of our shows with us, and we would just like scoop handfuls out and eat that. I mean, that was just like a random memory. There's probably some
I
memories.
love that.
And, okay, but the funny thing is that like this was like 5 years ago. My parents were like cleaning out their pantry, and like the box of Nerds with like the disgusting 25-year-old Nerds were still in there. And my mom's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "No, I think
No, not
okay.
really.
yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, thank you."
We'll have to put that in the band budget. You got to replace that box.
Yeah, get a new box.
That is a good idea. But we've upgraded to Nerds Gummy clusters now. Now we can
Okay,
afford
okay,
that.
okay.
True. It scratches a lot of the itch. They really broke new ground when they came up with the gummy cluster.
Yeah.
Gummy clusters. Oh,
I think that's like the next best thing since like sliced bread, I think. Like
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
like
Whoever had
truly
that,
food
I hope
wise.
that they live in a mansion somewhere because that was one of the defining inventions of our time for sure.
No, truly, it really was.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. Man, so as we're both from Florida, as native Floridians, we were super excited to find this out. Well, what can you tell us about playing your first show as in living memory alongside Florida hardcore bands Reversal of Man and Combat Wounded Veteran?
I remember that show that was like in the big room at the Botanical Center, which was like a special treat to play there. You had to have a big show. It was awesome. I mean, back in the day, we were losing our minds, of course, trying to, buy all the records and stuff like that. It was just one of those feelings where you get to like play with your idols, from back
Yeah.
in the day. That was awesome. And Brian actually lives down in Florida now. I don't know if you knew that. He lives in St. Pete. So
We didn't know that
that's cool.
actually.
We are not
He
familiar
actually like
with
you.
that.
I
Okay,
think
we'll
he's
tap
in another band, and I think that they practice at like Reversal's like practice space, or they did, or something like that.
Oh,
But
that's so cool. Okay, okay. We'll definitely look into that. Thank you so much for
yeah,
that,
but shout out
actually.
Florida. I mean, when we went there and we played that fest in Miami, good hands or whatever, that was awesome. And like we didn't know what to expect because
Yeah.
we never played there before, and it was awesome. Like fingers woven together, and I just like put on to all this new stuff, and
Oh, yes.
yeah, it's popping down in Florida for sure. Can't wait to get back down there.
Heck
Oh
yeah.
my God, yes.
And we're still making moves. Shout out to Away with Words.
Away with yes, they're really we're gonna see them again soon, actually. They're coming they're coming back down.
Hey, where are you guys at
We're
in
in
Florida?
Miami, like South Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that seems like the spot. Like,
You would be surprised, actually. Not really. The music scene here could be better. I think up north it's a lot better, actually. I don't know. It's more of a rave scene down here, like a clubbing rave scene in Miami, which is cool. That's, it's fun, but I prefer hardcore shows. I prefer like screamo shows and stuff like that, and they're usually held in like Fort Lauderdale and like up north, so it's like really hard to get to those shows sometimes.
oh, Fort Lauderdale. I wouldn't think that. Yeah, so Fort Lauderdale's kind of the spot.
Well, kind of. Revolution Live, definitely.
Yeah, like
Nearest to us.
the nearest to us, yeah, because it's specifically this little strip of clubs in Fort Lauderdale that they host shows and like a lot of like themed parties, I guess you can say, in some of those clubs, and like Revolution Live is the one where most bands like go and play to, but there's some other clubs in that area that they play at too. I know that Kelly's Pub is also really popular. That's also in Fort Lauderdale, so yeah.
Well, these are good things to know for when you
Keep
get down
that
there.
on eye on that, but I definitely think like the spot in Florida has got to be Orlando. The Orlando hardcore scene.
Yeah, Orlando's really good. Honestly, anything past like if you go 40 minutes out of Miami, you'll start finding the music scene. It's unfortunate, but it is there.
Cool. I mean, it's crazy because, back in the day, people see all these flyers from Des Moines, like all these amazing screamo shows. And then now there's just not really a scene for screamo. I don't know if there would be, but like Des Moines is definitely a hardcore town. Like, all the big hardcore shows. Terror just came through on what was that, Wednesday or something like that. And just the music scene has changed a little bit. I
Yeah.
also find it funny, like back in the day, and I was trying to tell my daughter this. I'm like, I mean, we were all in high school, and most of the people that went to the shows were in high school. And now
Mm.
you go to shows and you hardly ever see teenagers. And I don't know. I mean, in Des Moines,
Oh, no more. Yeah, yeah.
obviously, in
Mm.
like Texas, California, Florida, you see the teenagers. But I'm like,
Mhm.
why aren't the kids coming out in Des Moines to go to the shows? Do they just not know about it? Do they not like that kind of music? I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe they
Sorry,
might
I'm just
not
just
know.
rambling now. I've just been
No,
driving
no,
for 3
no.
hours.
It's real, honestly. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I didn't really know that many places to go see like local shows, I guess you can say, until after after I think it was like a year after I graduated high school, I think it was. Because like in high school, we always, you always knew that one spot. Like it's we know it as Teen Poets. But everybody goes to Teen Poet. No, Teen Poets is not it. It's not it. Okay, it's not a good place. But
Okay, so
that
we're
was
not
the
no shouting them out.
yeah, like it's not a good venue. But that was the only place that like was accessible at the time, but I guess like now the scene has grown a lot more and we have a lot more places accessible. So it's like it's cool to see the scene grow, I guess you can say.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, and it's also sad to see when like venues get shut down or like, the
Yeah.
DIY spots get
Mhm.
disrespected. You can't have shows there anymore. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
important to protect the scene and like keep, especially the DIY spots, like you really
Absolutely.
have
Mhm.
to respect those and keep those precious because when they're gone, it's
Where
so
do you
hard,
go?
especially
Yeah.
all ages shows. Like
Yeah.
you can't book a 9 p.m. show at a bar and the kids can't go. And
Exactly.
Mhm.
just one of the spots here in Des Moines that it's changed names over the years. It was like, I was probably 14 and went and saw Suicide Machines there. That same
Mhm.
venue, the very first place I ever played when I joined in Loving Memory, it recently just closed at like on like December 31st last year. And it's like,
Oh.
it just
Mhm.
breaks my heart to see that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, and I understand why they do it because they don't want to like mix match people accidentally. But whenever I see like emo nights come through our area and it's always like 21 plus or 18 plus, I get a little sad because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter for me now, but like that's the kids are peak demographic for that kind of music,
Yeah.
like
and they're
I would
missing out
take
on
my
it.
daughter to that. She would think it was so fun, but you can't because,
It's
she's not
21 plus,
21.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly stuff. But that's why the local shows matter so much, like
Sure.
literally we got into this scene because we got in very early on some like from the dirt, literally just a house show booking
Yeah.
came up and said, "Hey, we're gonna throw together some random stuff at this place." It was the only show I've ever been to that is actually from my OG hometown, Cutler Bay, represent. Uh, and it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh,
I didn't go to that one. I went to the second one that they hosted, and oh my God, it's the kids need spaces. They need spaces to go
they
to. And
do.
like
They do.
I I think I don't know. I think we need to just keep the scene alive and keep the kids coming. I don't know. If without the kids you have no one, low key. I'm so sorry. Like it's just like
Legit. I'm so with you on that, 100%.
yeah.
And you don't want to lose the kids, and then all of a sudden the scene ages out, and then you have like the weird old people there, then it's just not fun
Yeah.
anymore. You got to keep it young. You got to keep it fresh for sure.
Fair. Well, we can have some weird old people.
You have like the cool old,
I'm
yeah, exactly. You have the cool
the
old.
old. I could be everybody's mom. We go to the show, and I'm like, literally, could have all these could be my kids. But
Fair. But everything in balance is everything in
yeah,
equilibrium.
Yeah.
yes,
So,
there is room for everybody in the scene as long as you have a good attitude and want to be there and are trying to cause drama or trouble or
yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah.
1000%.
So you went from like okay, you went from confusing crowds in Iowa State Fair to make parents and kids alike two-step until they broke their legs in places like New Jersey, Ontario, Minnesota, and Texas. What was it like going from like regional shows then when less people knew what you were going for to more distant shows where people like eat it up, like they love it.
That's the thing that is so surreal to us. Truly insane. So we had our reunion shows in Des Moines, and I would say most of the people that came were like our friends. It really felt like a high school reunion with all of our friends from back in the day, which was so cool, so amazing. But then there were some people that like flew in from California and stuff, and we were like,
Wow.
for us, like, how do you even know
Yeah,
about
how
us?
did you even know
That
about
whole thing
that?
just blows my mind that anybody even knows about our band in the first place. But so then we got asked to play that Dilly Dally one, and I've probably told the story on other interviews, but we're like, should we do it? We're like, okay, I guess. And they were like, wanted us to headline. Like Dove was like, do you want a headline? And we were like, no, like what? Everybody's gonna leave. And so like we played second to last or whatever. And so I remember us flying out there. We played the second day of Dilly Dally, and we uh, showed up for the first night after we got into town, and we like walk in, and people are like, that's in living memory and stuff. And we're like, okay, that's weird.
Oh.
But then it came our day to play, and like, I was like unloading the merch and stuff like that. And like, as soon as the doors opened, like everybody ran over to buy our merch. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, this is pranking us for real. And then we played, and it was insane. That was like, that's what opened our minds. Like, oh, should we like do more shows? Because we didn't think anybody would even care. They'd be standing around, arms crossed. And everybody went nuts and knew the words to our songs. And it was just like an out of body experience. And that was really the catalyst for us playing any more shows, because we were just going to be like, yeah, that was really fun. Now we're done. And now every time we go out and anybody knows any words or has our shirt on, it's so crazy. Because back in the day, we literally just would play, we'd hop on whatever show in Des Moines that they needed like an opener or something for. And everybody would just come and hang out there, like just our friends from school or just random people, random kids looking for something to do on like, a Thursday night or something, to like people coming to like legitimately see us and like traveling. And like I said, I couldn't be more grateful. I just can't believe it still to this day that that's happening. But it's such a shift. It's crazy. It's so different from back then. I mean, the feeling is the same playing, but seeing the kids come out, I'll never get over it ever. I hope we can do it for the rest of our lives, but it's awesome.
No, I hope so too, truly. Oh God, it makes me so happy that like you guys just like have a fan base now, and you guys are able to like share your art with these people. Like it's great. I love it.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, being an artist is so hard, and being
Yeah.
able to be in the scene where people appreciate your art that you make, it's incredible for real.
Yeah.
100%. There's all these beautiful moments of, I think it's always such a special thing when a band has that, and it's such a unique situation to be put in where during your initial run, you're only playing local shows, and you're having fun and a blast. And then years and years later, this whole new generation or just a new group, even just crowd of people discovers your music, and you come back to it and you're like, oh my gosh, like it's all so exciting. I can only think of like Panchico or like
Oh yeah. Pancakes is a good example.
there's this one like Japanese artist who also has been coming up a lot recently that is that's really groovy. He had a very heartfelt thing where he was like, I've waited 40 years for this moment. It's
It's true.
always so
And like,
special.
like we don't take it for granted at all. We still get nervous sometimes, like booking shows. Like, do you think somebody would come if we go to like a new place? And like kids always show up, and truly the luckiest six people that could live. Like being able to do this thing that we've always loved back in the day, and then we lived whole lives and then come
Yeah.
back to it again. It's
Mhm.
like thinking of all that time in between. It's crazy, like how much happened, and then we're just right back in it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like, everybody always like is like, oh, high school sucked, but like we had this core group of friends who all liked the same music. We all like to do the same stuff. And so my memories of high school, and like for most of us, I mean, not like the actual school part so much, but like we're so fun, and
Mhm.
we now we get to do it again. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, it's so touching to hear. And
Well, and I also
then
have to say it's
yeah.
also crazy because I feel like most of our fans are like 15 to 25,
Yeah.
which I don't know how that happened, but I love it, especially having my daughter that in that age range. And I'm like, oh, a good
Mhm.
little connection. I just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little bonding.
Yeah. From one silly genre to another, it must feel really good being the best emo/emo violence/screamo/ kid and core band in the entire world. Yeah.
Well, that's saying a lot. I don't know if that's true. But yes, we appreciate everybody that may see us that way.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're happy to hear it.
So Is there anything you want to share with us, maybe, of like any future projects or any future plans regarding music or the band? Anything at all?
Yeah. Well, we actually we've done our first cover song and we recorded
Okay.
that and it's all mixed, it's all ready to come out. We're gonna put like a little video with it with like maybe some throwback footage. And so that should be coming out whenever that video gets done. And I'm so excited for that because it's really like something that means a lot to us from back in the day, like a song, and I think everybody's gonna like it. And I'm so excited, and I wish I could say more, but hopefully by the end of summer, all that'll all be ready to come out. Yeah, and then it's crazy that we're playing Hellfest too, because I feel like we're the weirdest band on that ticket. I mean, it's like the tough guy. I mean, we're playing with like I Promise the World and Holder and stuff. So we got our friends there, but I'm just so curious to see how that will go. And I'm excited to see all the other bands on the ticket too.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy to get asked to do that.
Yes, we're so excited to see that. And also, like, I hope you guys have fun playing at Hellfest because that does sound like a lot of fun.
I know. I don't even know what to expect. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
We're going to have fun no matter what. So
exactly.
100%, as you have always done, and we love that. It's
we
super
we love
cool.
to have fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on. Sincerely, we had a blast. We hope that you had a blast as well. And thank you so much for letting us have you
Oh
and
my gosh, thank you. This
for
was
having
so
on.
much fun. Yes, yes, anytime. And I can't wait to get down to Florida. So you
Oh
have to
my
show up
gosh.
and we'll find the good spots and play a
Yes, let us
show.
know when you guys come down. Maybe we'll come up and see you guys or something.
Absolutely, absolutely, for sure. All right, well, have a good rest of your day.
Bye, Jen.
Oh,
Thank
have
you
a
so
good one. Thank you.
much.
Bye. Bye
See ya.
bye. Normally there's a song cover here, but it's very hard to do a screamo band songs on piano. So I will tell you instead to please follow Jen's Instagram. Oh my God. They're so funny. All of their stories have crazy stuff on them. I saw Jen post about like a super obscure Fall Out Boy poster a few weeks ago. That was super awesome. And I also saw one where Jen was wearing a, I kid you not, OG annoying orange Cartoon Network merch shirt. And it looked amazing. So please just, even if you don't want to check out In Loving Memory, follow Jen on Instagram. She is hilarious. But also do check out In Loving Memory, or else we're coming for you. Okay, bye.